Hey everybody, I'm doing some square roots and doing estimating on a number line. Now, I don't want you to think that square roots are only just positive numbers and that they only have to be whole numbers, because that's not always the case. It's just that our perfect squares are usually, we think about, we're talking about whole numbers, and when you use a calculator and you square root something, it always gives you the positive. Now don't forget, because you are doing a square root of something, it is a number times itself. So it's two numbers multiplied by themselves. So this also includes negative numbers as well. So a -4 times a -4 is still going to give you 16, just like 4 times 4, it gives you 16. So when we think about this, I know I usually always write the positives, but it also means the negative numbers as well. So just to keep that kind of in the back of your head, because you do need to remember that as well. For this exercise, though, what we're doing is we're looking at practice problems and we're trying to locate kind of an estimation about where these irrational numbers are. These are non-perfect numbers. So I kind of listed some perfect squares right here. So the square root of 1 would be 1. 1 times 1. The square root of 4 is the number 2. The square root of 9 is 3. The square root of 16 would be 4, and so on and so forth. So these are like kind of the squared numbers. You do that number times itself, and you get the result, which is this. Now, these are kind of these numbers up here without the square root number, the square root symbol. So if I'm looking for 3, I'm looking at, well, where's 3 fall in here? Well, 1, and then this is 4. So it's got to be somewhere between 1 and 4. So that means that the numbers that they are used to multiply would be 1 or 2. So I'm going to do this number line here. So we're going to do 0 right here, 1, 2, and 3. So again, I'm looking at, this is kind of this number. So if I do the square root symbol, and then I'm going to get, the result would be these numbers right here. So that's why my numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Or sorry, just 3. All right, so now if I'm looking at 3, 3 is really closer to 4, right? So if I'm looking at the number line, it's definitely closer to 4, and the square root of 4 is 2. So it is definitely closer to 2, and so I would put the square root of 3 roughly about right here. So this would be the square root of 4, and this would be the square root of 1. Now if we take a look at 30, and we do the same thing here, so we're looking at these square roots. Here's the square root of 25, here's the square root of 36. So 30 is in between these two numbers. Now it's 5 away from 25. It's 6 away from 36. So it's kind of sort of in the middle, but like a little bit closer to the 5 side. So we're going to just do a number line. We're going to do 4, 5, 6, and 7. And like I said, it's about halfway. It's a little bit more on the closer side to the 5 because it's slightly closer. So we're going to put the square root of 30 right here, because this would be the square root of 25. And this right here would be the square root of 36. All right, let's try one more. We've got 57 right here. So 57, if I continued on, here's 49, here's 64. So our numbers are going to be 7 and 8. So I'm going to do 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we're going to go looking at this. So 57, well, it's 7 away from 64. And it's going to be 8 away from 7. So we're going to go, again, it's about halfway, but it's a little bit closer this time to the 8 side. So 54 square root is right about here. And then we're looking at this. This is the square root of 64. And this is the square root of 49. And this is how you estimate some square roots when you're dealing with numbers and a number line. And again, if you want more questions like this, you can find them on my YouTube channel, my Instagram, and my TikTok at YouWantAlgebra. These are going to be located in the roots and exponents section of my playlist.